What's good, y'all? Just wanted to talk about just some random shit. So I was on that Pip yesterday, looking at some mixtapes and shit like that, and I came across a story that said that J.Cole is working on Truly Yours 4 and Revenge of the Dreamers 2. Um, what I think about that, I think it's dope. If you bought his last album, Born Center, I think the deluxe version came with Truly Yours 3. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's cool seeing how his next album dropped December 9th, the same as Wayne's. So what I'm thinking about that is it's kind of dope because it separates him from his artists. The Truly Yours mixtape series, we already know it come with between 3 to 5 songs. It's not really a lot of tracks. The most it'll be is probably like 5 to 4 tracks. And the Revenge of the Dreamers is more of a showcase of his artists. His artist Boz has actually put out an album in stores, and I forget the other artist that's down with his Dream Deal label. But I think it's cool. I do think that he should drop it before his album, but seeing how December 9th is damn near here, it probably wouldn't make sense. But he should put something out in promotion of that. But we now know that J. Cole is not going for the singles and all that. He just want to put the music out and let it speak for itself, which is good. I've been a J. Cole fan for a minute, but of course y'all know how I feel about his last album, Born Center. He's lyrically dope, yeah. He's kind of creative in a sense, but everybody sit there and critique him, but not to be honest. I'll be honest, like I feel like he is a nice lyricist, but in the sense of he's boring. I don't think he know how to make new material. I think he says the same shit just in various ways. You know what I mean? And it kind of showed that on Born Center. It was different in a sense than the first album was about him basically wanting to get in the game and prove that he had a shot. All right, you did that, but on Born Center, to me, it wasn't really no growth. It was a tad bit there, but at the same time, it really wasn't nothing different from his previous work. You know what I mean? And then you had songs like I Let Nas Down. A lot of people didn't like that song, and that was based off a conversation that he had heard that Nas didn't like the single that he put out, and so about the time it came around his album, he actually made that song, which is cool. I mean, a lot of people does it. Nas did it with the double CD he put out where it was about Rakim. But I just feel like he needs to do something that brings more enthusiasm to his name and to his music, because he can come off, to me, in my personal opinion, as boring. Yeah, he's a lyrical dude, but I mean, you have a lot of people that's lyrical. You know what I'm saying? In a sense, you can throw Kendrick in there. Can you say Kendrick is better than J. Cole? Yep. Can you say Logic is better than J. Cole? Yep. It's more entertaining. It's not just about saying witty shit. It's how you deliver it. It's how you perform it, and it's how it comes out. He just he come off too laid back, in my personal opinion. So, am I excited about his album? I do feel like I want to see what he gonna bring to the table. Now, this is something that I did want to talk about, and I'm gonna get into it right now. You know how people were saying that Good Kid, Mad City was a dope album when it dropped and it became a classic, and we're still talking about it in 2014, going in 2015, and people are still waiting on Kendrick's new album. Now, everybody said that when J. Cole dropped his album last year, Born Center, it was dope. It was better than his first one. Well, if it's so dope and it's so much of a, I guess, classic, why is he releasing another one the next year? You feel what I'm saying? He didn't space it out enough to where if you feel like Born Center was so dope, shouldn't you still be listening to it this year? And going through it and not getting over it. I mean, and taking every song for what it's worth and building off that, instead of just, okay, that dropped 2013, my new album 2014. So that's what I'm saying. It's like when you really look at the artist, I was just thinking about that sitting on my girl couch, like that doesn't make sense. You take an artist like Kendrick, boom, put his album out, it's been 2 years. He don't put out no singles, no mixtapes, he do some verses, but people want that. Do people really want another J. Cole album? Like, let's be honest. Like, do we really, really want another J. Cole album? I mean, he dropped Born Center in the middle of the summer, where the feel of it just wasn't right. It's like you don't want to listen to that type of music in the summer. There's no way you could really vibe like that. So I looked at it as, okay, if it was something I missed with Born Center, then I'm gonna want to go back to get it, and listen to it and see what I missed. But I don't feel I missed anything. But if everybody was, hailing it as so much of a dope piece of artwork, then you wouldn't want a J. Cole album that fast. Yeah, you would want a mixtape, you know, and or EP or something, but you wouldn't want another album because you still focused on Born Center. And I just feel like, you know, people are hyping him way too much. He's lyrical, yeah, but it's a lot of underground people that's lyrical. I'm quite sure every subscriber that I got can name somebody that's not mainstream that's more lyrical, more witty than J. Cole that deserves a shot. I always felt that J. Cole was dope. He was more hungrier when he wasn't signed, but when he got signed, it just felt like he didn't put that same hunger in. You know what I'm saying? It's like he did everything to get what he got, and then as soon as he got it, it's just like, all right, I'm here. You know, you can't keep throwing his name in the pot when he's not putting out that work. You feel me? It's just use it as a drug analogy. If you saying you got the best block that make the most money, but you barely got, like, you put out some product and it's dope at first, but you're not consistent with that work and you falling off. How could you say your block is still popping when this person over here drops this, drops this, drops this, and steady cranking out dope shit? So at the same time, I'm not knocking him as an artist. He'll forever be a great lyricist, but I just feel like fans are dick riders. Nobody's want to be honest, and that's why I don't watch a lot of people channels and reviews, because it's like, it's bullshit. You know, if everybody held Born Center is so dope and it's a classic, which they did, then why would you want another album this year? Because you shouldn't be over the other one. There's no way you can be over it. People are still talking about Good Kid, Mad City this year. Still, every time you have somebody drop an album, in the comment section, you will see Good Kid, Mad City. You feel what I'm saying? So you can't compare the two artists in the artwork. So all I'm saying is, I don't think J. Cole himself is creative enough to do something original that will blow people out the water without taking from this, you know, taking from this and taking from that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm glad he actually dropping, you know, a mixtape. His Truly Yours projects are pretty dope, but we all know it was material that couldn't go on the album because of sample clearances. I think he said that in an interview. That's why he kind of did the Truly Yours series. It was either music that was left over that he didn't feel made the album, or he couldn't get it on the album for clearance samples. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, it's just like, okay, these are just songs that couldn't make the album. You know, and with the title of his album, sometimes I feel like you have to have the body of work to fit the title. So I think I forget the title of his new album at this time, but y'all know the title. So I hope the music floats with that, because to me, when artists do that, it throws me off. Why name an album that, but yet the music don't fit that? You feel what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, can he surprise us? Will he surprise me as a fan? I doubt it. You know, it probably won't be nothing in there that I want to hear of a story. You know what I mean? It won't be that story. I don't want to hear about what's going on in the world, because I can get that from a Nas. I don't want to hear about no type of things where it's not about you and your story. What have you been through the last year, you know, that will make it interesting enough for me to buy the album and listen to it? What have you really been through controversy wise? Like, what's going on in your everyday life, your real life? You know what I mean? That's what music should be inspired from. Your what's inside. Not just some shit that you see, or you get mad at a list or award shows and you saying subliminal shit. I don't care about that. You know what I mean? So I can't say I'm hyped for the album. I'm buying it because I got his first two and I want to see how his catalog will be. But I definitely think he should put out Revenge of the Dreamers 2 before Truly Yours. You know, that should be an added bonus with his album, you know, in my personal opinion. Because he should start showcasing his talent for being a CEO and putting his artists out there over him being like a Jay-Z and always want to be the face of the company. You know what I'm saying? Because at some point you want to fall back and let your artists do their thing. You dig? But I don't know. Him dropping, working on mixtapes, it's cool. Him and Chance the Rapper is working on something that's pretty solid. But at the end of the day, I mean, facts is facts. You know, J. Cole is not the most interesting person, you know, that isn't hip hop. You can't name one thing that he did in 2014 that was mesmerizing, that will be talked about at the end of the year. Like, what did he do? What verse did he say? You know what I'm saying? What line did he say in the song? Give me one verse that J. Cole dropped in 2014, or a line that he said was so cold, in the comment section that's nice. At least Kendrick put out a song that nobody really liked, but it got talked about, and then the NBA picked it up and did what they did with it. You feel what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you got to pick certain points about artists, but that's factual. You know, go back and listen to, Friday Night Lights, the warm up. Listen to his first album, then listen to his second album. So when the third one come out and just see if it's a growth. Because I already know when the album drop, people gonna dick ride it and they gonna say this and that. I do the same thing with everybody album. I listen to everybody at work, the first album, the second album, the third, to see the growth from the production, to the vocal pitches, to the lines, to the song structure, everything. And that's why you get me to critique the way I do. And I'm fucking honest. I'm not gonna stop saying he's boring. When I first heard of him, when he had that who that, I liked it, that song. People hated that song. That's what got me into the warm up. That's what got me into Friday Night Lights. Was fucking phenomenal project. That should have been his debut album, but it wasn't. His debut album was like a bunch of complaints. You dig what I'm saying? So I'm not hating on J. Cole. Y'all can say what y'all want. I'm just being honest. But I'm glad to see he working more, because I feel like he's kind of a lazy rapper and shit like that. Touring is cool, but still, Wayne toured and still put out mixtapes. It's not hard to do that if you really about your craft and about your work ethic. You dig? I just don't think he has a strong work ethic. And put it like this, like I said, if Jay-Z knew that J. Cole was dropping some hot shit, his name will be mentioned somewhere within that project. Ross comes out with something, he name drop Hove. Drake did something, he name drop Hove. When Card 3 came out, Hove. So if Jay is not feeling something, we all know he won't get on there unless it's hot. I haven't heard Jay mention anything, or it's been noted that Jay even, fuck with J. Cole like that, even though that's his artist. But I just feel like at this point, they should part ways. Jay did what he did. He pitched you in the game, and, you should go your separate way now. Because it doesn't make sense. It's like, okay, you signing Jay-Z and what? You dig? So at the end of the day, I mean, J. Cole is who he is, but I don't know what more to say. I mean, honestly, he would be remembered for Diggy stabbing him with the bars, because that's not going to be forgotten. Diggy, whoever say it's bullshit, Diggy damn near got in his ass, pause, with that motherfucking verses he was sending out. Yeah, he did. Oh shit, they shooting outside. That's dope. But that kind of stagnated his career, because it's like, yo, Diggy he got at you, and you couldn't respond to him. And Diggy he wasn't no pushover. So at the end of the day, J. Cole cool, but let's see what he gonna do. I just had to talk about this because I meant to do it before but didn't do it. So y'all let me know if y'all looking forward to J. Cole, and what's your real opinion about J. Cole. Not no biased dick riding shit. What do you really feel about him as an artist? I'm out. One.